Hi everyone, I'm Rick Beato. Today's Everything Music, I'm going to teach you how to supercharge your relative pitch using chord structures. I have a bunch of triads here and some seventh chords down here with arrows going up and down. The arrows going up meaning I'm going to sing the notes and say the note names, ascending. If the arrow goes down, I'm going to say I'm descending. One of the tricky things is you got to know what notes are in the chords, like a G Lydian is G, C sharp, D. So this is where some of the studying comes in from watching some of the other videos, or A chordal is A, D flat, G flat. So let's do this. Let me give myself a reference pitch since I don't have perfect pitch. D flat, F, A flat, that's the first chord. So I'm going to write it down. D flat, F, A flat, G, B flat, E flat, G, B flat, E flat, whoops, da, 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 G, B flat, E flat, bum, 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 A flat, D flat, G flat. So A flat, D flat, G flat. That's tricky. F, C, A. Write it down. F, C, A. D, C sharp, G. D, C sharp, G. E, A, B. Then I go, I use my E, E, then F, A flat, C flat, A flat, C flat. So, then D, F, B flat, C, E flat, D, F, B flat, C, E flat. That's tricky. Then down to C sharp, E, A, B, D sharp, E, A, B, D sharp. That's a tricky one. Then down to C. Now here's a tricky thing. C, ba. So C, E, G sharp, B flat, E flat. The tricky thing is to think, because I'm mixing sharps and flats, I shouldn't really be doing that. G sharp, B flat, E flat. Ba, 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 ba. If I use B flat, yeah, G sharp, yeah, because it's augmented. Okay, so it's a C, E, G sharp, B flat, E flat. So E, G sharp, B flat, E flat. It's tricky to think of when you're doing it, mixing the sharps and the flats, as far as your intervals. So how am I doing this? Well, some of these I am relating. Some of them are really tricky to do, like to go from the F major over A to the G Lydian, because I'm singing A, and then I have to immediately go up to D, but I'm thinking, because I have the C sharp, the C natural here, and the C sharp there, is where it gets tricky. If you listen to the two chords, ba ba ba, da da da. So those sounds are really unrelated. So you have to really hear the intervals between them, and I'm hearing them as a sound. I get the first note, so dun, and I go from the bum bum. I hear that perfect fourth, and then as soon as I get to the da, then I know da da, down a half step da, down to the down a tritone, and then da da, G down to E, A, B, right? So, and then that going from the E to the F diminished here, E, A, B, F, A flat, C flat. This is tricky because that chord kind of caves in on itself in a way. So you have the E is rising to the F, and the A natural is lower down to the G sharp or the A flat. So this is really tricky to hear this. And then when I'm going from A flat down to this F7 sus4 over D, so here's my F7 sus4 over D. So listen to the sound of these chords going from F sharp diminished and then instantly into this. That's a huge, that's a really big difference. So the way I hear it is that I'm hearing this F diminished, I'm really, because I know the notes that are making up these chords, I see the structure here. I see this F diminished chord there. Then I see this. This is a, when I look at this chord, because I'm really quickly thinking of the notes. When I say F7 sus4, I think F, B flat, C, E flat. But the D, F, B flat is a first inversion B flat major chord. So I'm hearing this F diminished resolving to first inversion B flat major. So I hear that. So what you want to do is you want to use the previous chord and find what chord tones you're going to grab onto to help you sound out what the next sonority is. Okay, so if I have this, da, 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 I'm going to hear that E. I know that da, da, to sing my F, da, da. Well, I already had the B here, but here I have to call it a C flat because you have to also spell the chords enharmonically correctly. So it becomes doubly confusing. But the real key, there's two things, is to know what notes are in the chords. Like if I say this A flat chord, right? A flat, D flat, G flat, right? So you have to know, and if you watch my video on chord naming where I talk about unconventional chord naming, where I talk about how to name chordal chords. Chordal chords are just chords built in fourths. So you have to understand the theory by watching some of the other videos, okay? And then know how to key yourself in from a previous chord into the next chord by finding any type of half-step resolutions that you can. So I start looking between these and see if there are any half-step resolutions. Okay, so I have this. So we've got this first chord, right? They get the D flat major. Ba da da da. I'm going to start there on the G. That's like a D flat Lydian. Da da da. I've got a first inversion E flat major chord. Da 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 da. Right? G B flat E flat. G B flat E flat. Then I'm using the G to A flat. G A flat. Da da. That's the really tricky. To hear that interval of those stacked fourths, and then da da da. So I went da da, G flat to F, da da da. But then to go to da 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 is really, it's hard to grab onto because you're on the A here, and then you have to jump up to D. And the C sharp, when you're going from C to C sharp, that tends to trick the ear. This is where the practice of the actual singing of the chords makes you have better interval recognition, okay? And this is how you use this when you're singing a line, when you're sight singing a line, and you start to see these intervals that are put next to each other. If you can quickly find if there are patterns of that in them, many times you'll find patterns where you have chord structures or things. And I've got so many different intervals in here. I've got half steps between chords. I've got fourths, I've got fifths. I did these really odd interval jumps. If I go like da 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 down to C sharp, and then da 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 da, then da. So I heard that da. Hearing that minor 10th interval descending really quickly is something that you have to practice doing this. But the best way to practice is by working on singing chord structures, triadic structures and seventh chord structures. Sing them off a single root note. Okay, that is really the key to this, is to practice singing structures either ascending or descending off a root note. You can either play a chord, da da da, like that, play the structure and just sing it from the top down, or bum, 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 bum. If I sing it from the bottom up, G, C sharp, D, excuse me. That's the best way to practice these, is you play them harmonically, meaning the chord all at once, or you just strike the da da. Any note that you hit, you should be able to sing any chord structure off of. A good thing to do is to go back to my initial set of 7 2 or 3 minute videos that I had way back in, I think I did them in August, and go through those every single day. They're little 2-minute exercises, and one builds on the next. So you do one day, and then the next day you add another one. I'll put the link in this video. And then you add a second one, then you add a third one, then you add a fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So on the 7th day, you're doing all 7 back to back, which should only take you about 15 minutes to do. And that will help you in hearing these. But the other thing is you have to know the theory behind these, like how to spell these chords. So you got to learn how to spell them. That's the first thing. Then you got to learn how to hear them. And then you got to learn how to relate one to the next. And this is how you're going to improve your ear dramatically in a really short period of time. That's all for now. Please subscribe here to my Everything Music YouTube channel. And if you're interested in the Beato book, you can write me at rickbeato1@gmail.com. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.